And welcome everybody to Boxed In with Friends. Yay!
Hi.
Episode 7. I can't believe we've done 7 of these. It
7.
feels like we've done 100. Yeah, I'm your host Tony Augusti here with Nick Crestwood, Kate Holmes, Kyle O'Neill,
Hey,
Andy Maz,
that's me.
Katie Shea, and batting cleanup Jake, covering his face.
Yeah,
What's up?
yeah.
Okay.
What can we do to make you more
Maybe
comfortable,
that's
Jake?
why he's quieter. He's just like comforted
I
by it.
see.
Yeah, he doesn't feel like he has to be on.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's like. Am I right, folks? Work at a Hot Topic.
You have
She
another
said-
hot topic story?
I told you about the one where the girl pooped her pants, right?
Yeah,
In the
yeah,
dressing
yeah.
room?
Mhm.
Yeah,
I can't think of any right now.
Okay.
I'll think of a good one for next week.
I got another one.
Yeah.
Next week I'll tell
Speaking of poop in the pants, let's go back to Mother's Day.
Ah.
I'm sure our mothers all clean poop out of our pants. Some as recently as in our 20s when we were drunk. That's not true.
It's true.
So how did you guys spend your Mother's Day, if anything? I call my mom in India, and she talked about, well, she was here for Mother's Day, but and then she hopes she's there when my sister becomes a mother. We actually had a debate. My sister is expecting, as some of you may know, I might have mentioned.
Uncle Tony.
Yeah, Uncle Tony in
I would
Mother's
say-
Is
Day.
it?
But my mom, because we're a very open family, my mom asked my sister, should I wait on Mother's Day? And I'm like, hey, happy Mother's Day. She's like, thanks. I'm like, Mom cleared
That
it.
was nice.
Yeah, but I've also heard that it's a jinx, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't heard that.
I've heard that as well.
Mhm.
Huh. So what happens if you wish someone a happy Mother's Day? Does the baby just like fall out and they're done?
I don't know.
Could reject yeah.
So, how did some of you spend your Mother's Days?
I FaceTimed with my mom and my brother.
Hmm.
Aw.
Oh, your brother too?
Is your
Yeah.
brother a mother?
And my dad was there too. Was that?
Oh, okay.
Is your brother a mother?
Not yet. He's expecting.
Oh.
So wait, your dad was
Don't wish him
there.
happy Mother's Day.
Your dad was
Yeah.
there, but you said first. Why did you say you FaceTime with your mother?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me and my brother share the same mom.
Hey Tony,
for
do you
you.
know where babies come from?
Cum.
I've
They come
told.
from cum.
Yeah.
I did it.
Oh, damn it! My
Not
mom
even
told me.
5 minutes
Yeah,
in.
my mom told me a
Kyle!
large bird brings them.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
That's right.
No.
Big bird.
What
They
happened?
grow from cum.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you have to fuck a stork.
Mm.
And then when it rains, it comes, and then
Oh God, here
the
we go.
cum goes in your
You know,
mouth,
the funny part
and then
about
you have
this
a baby.
is
Speaking of Mother's Day, I just want to announce my wife Diane and I are trying to have another child.
Oh, okay.
Our current son Cody is very ill.
Mm.
He's
Oh.
probably not going to make it. So my wife and I were, talking about went in there to replace him.
For
That's
kids.
You know,
But that's the thing. You can
yeah.
always have more kids, but you can't get more parents. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
Nick, are you and Diane still following your unattached parenting plan?
I don't know what that means, Tony.
Well, where you just basically, it's just a fancy word of.
Yeah.
Oh, what does he have?
He's got the COVID-19 virus.
Oh, okay. Now,
Mhm.
does he have the COVID toe? I've been hearing a lot about the COVID toe. Like you get like a sore toe if you have.
Oh
like,
yeah,
corona.
kid's a wreck.
Mm-mm. You seem pretty
Are you
broken
sure?
up about it.
Yeah, it's real rough, but
Are you?
we did
are-
have a
are-
lovely dinner for Mother's Day. Diane and I, we got takeout from Red Lobster,
Hmm.
and
Wow.
Now, how
Yeah.
many Cheddar Bay biscuits do you get when you order takeout?
drive back there. So she could go in there, sans mask,
Hmm.
and set them straight. And I was like, Diane, our son is in the hospital. He's a goner, and this is what you're preoccupied with. But it was her day, so we.
Yeah.
Caitlin, did you have something to say?
I was just gonna say Anthony Coates, what up? He said what up in the chat, so I thought I would.
Hey, Anthony.
Yeah, what up, Anthony? He's one of the
What
biggest
up, Coates?
supporters of the stream, co-star of Jake's with Mask Off.
Yeah.
Anthony speaks a lot of wisdom. Like I was watching Mask Off on Friday, and he had a lot of really good stuff to say. I was like, he speaks for all Tonys. That's what I said. I actually wrote that comment in the chat.
Yeah.
That's good. You guys needed a spokesperson.
Yeah. Jake, would you do anything special with your mom for Mother's Day? You and your sister.
Yeah, fry some wings.
Okay.
So
Now,
what?
do you have a special recipe when you fry up wings, like special seasoning you use?
Yeah, I'd like. to
Not
hear
really.
this.
Not really. It's just like
Mhm.
seasoned salt thing, and then black pepper. That's pretty much it. Oh,
Now-
and flour. That's
Now,
it.
when you cook for your mom, is she critical? Because like when I cook for my mom, unless it's something that she doesn't really know how to make well, like grilling salmon. Like if I grill salmon, she's like, "You did a great job." But if I try to make Indian food, she's like, "This is good, but not as good as when I make it." You know.
Of course.
Yeah, she yeah,
course.
my sister. I mean, not my sister. My sister is critical, but my mom is extra critical, like trying to like always hovering over me, saying like, "You doing this wrong. Wash your hands.
Yep.
Do all this extra shit." She always doing that. So
All
yeah.
this extra shit, washing your hands.
Yeah.
Have you learned nothing in the pandemic?
Oh,
You said
man.
what? No, but like she be on that. Like she's been 20 times worse on the wash your hand shit since this pandemic, because she's been like that anyway. I'll we have a bathroom like right across me, washed them.
Mhm.
It's just like she's like, I ain't see shit. Like our back was turned. So you nasty. I'm like, why am I nasty? Like she don't trust me.
Classic mom move. Now,
Don't
what
trust
about
me.
siblings? Those of you who have siblings with kids, like Andy, do you make it a point to wish your siblings Happy Mother's Day, or because I always wonder, because some people are like no, and other people are like, yeah, I will.
No.
I wanted to wish my
Nah.
ex-girlfriend a happy
I guess
Mother's
I
Day,
maybe should do that to
but I
my
didn't.
brother's
I
wife.
sent out
Yeah.
I sent out texts to all of my gal pals and I have like a close knit group of friends that are all like newer moms.
hmm
So they've all been like a mom for about a year.
Yeah, I don't
But-
know if I'm supposed to once my sister has a kid, like every Mother's Day, am I supposed to send her a card as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
A card?
Really? Yeah.
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
Yes.
Oh wow.
I never get one from any of my brothers.
Well, you
Happy
don't.
Mother's
You
Day,
don't
Kate.
sound bitter at all about it. Actually, Kate, you've been strangely silent as the one mother in this group.
the only mother of the group.
Yeah.
How was
That's
your
my
Mother's
job.
Day? Did you have a nice Mother's Day?
I did. I woke up at 9:30, which is the first time I've ever done that on Mother's Day.
Mhm.
And then I went to my shed and I smoked weed. And that's what I did for the rest of the day, was smoke weed and then go to my room and watch
Nice.
Gilmore Girls and then go back out to my shed. I didn't see my kids until 7:00 at night.
Oh
Wow.
wow. Now, do they ask where you are? Did you just pretend you were out?
No,
of
they know. They know what day it is.
Mm-mm.
My Mother's Day isn't like I need to celebrate with my kids because I'm literally with them all the time. My Mother's Day is like, you don't exist.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
What's your
Gift you with their absence.
Follow-up question. What season of Gilmore Girls?
I'm on the trash season 7. Well,
Oh.
season 7 going into the last season, which is trash. So.
Mm.
Yeah.
I was about to ask you, what's your favorite episode? Gilmore
Jake's a
Girls?
big fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite episode ever would probably be the 24-hour dance-a-thon episode.
Oh, that's a good
Oh
one.
damn! I just watched that like the other day.
That's a good one.
Wait, Jake, do you really
I
like
know,
Gilmore Girls?
Jake.
Oh, you didn't know
loves
that?
It.
Yeah,
he
that's a huge
loves
thing.
it.
Jake is a monster
Yeah.
fan of Gilmore
Yeah.
Girls.
Oh
Well
my
known.
god! Same. I've rewatched the show 4 times.
Mm.
Same.
Yeah.
Jake, I love your Gilmore Girls bit and your stand-up. I think it's a real fun bit.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Jake,
Appreciate it.
I've got a question about your affinity for Gilmore Girls. Do you enjoy it by any chance because you would like to have sex with the actress Alexis Bledel with the
Adele.
big
Nah,
Spanish honkers?
Is she Spanish?
Why you like it? She's of Spanish descent.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that. Nah, I watched it because
Isn't she underage for most of that show?
no, she's not. She was of age.
You sounded pretty like too
She's older than us.
Jake.
I mean, nah. I mean,
She's
I know
older
she's older than me.
Well, yeah, I was
No.
gonna
No,
say.
she's
Well,
speaking
she's
our
older than me.
age.
Okay.
She's our age.
She's older than me. I know that much.
Older than you for sure. Yeah.
Grandma Gilmore is probably one of the best written television
So
characters of all time.
Emily Gilmore as
Yeah.
a name.
Emily
The arc
Gilmore
that they
is-
gave her
is
in the revival, so good.
Did your kids make you cards, Kate?
No,
Oh, they don't.
they made me bagels, which is
Oh.
even
That's better.
I'm a New York girl, and my favorite food on this planet is bagels. And
I like how you say bagels.
I say it very strangely. I know
Yeah.
everyone points it out every
Well,
time I say it.
it's a New York thing, I guess. You're
A
from
little
upstate,
bit, yeah.
It's
And then,
like how my dad says pillow and milk.
Oh yeah,
Hello.
milk.
Alexis, Oh, sorry. I was going to say Alexis Bledel was born in 1981 on September 16th. My sister's actually
She's-
birthday.
Hell yeah,
Couple years
totally
older
than
legal,
me.
Jacob. All right.
Yeah, she got I mean, she okay. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Oh,
Did you
wow.
see her in Handmaid's Tale though, Jacob? Totally
And-
different.
No, I ain't see her. I don't even know what Handmaid's Tale is.
What's she doing in that?
She plays a lady who's being tortured.
Oh wow. Yeah, that
You
show
know, and
seems like a
Nah.
real
Where's-
downer.
Write this down. Handmaids.
Here we go.
So Nick, is that a particular favorite of yours, Alexis Bledel?
No, he just likes her
I don't know what you're
honkers.
talking about.
He just likes her honkers.
Yeah.
You like
Her-
those
She's
yabos.
very,
Her
she's
Spanish-
very attractive.
Spanish honk. I agree.
She
Wasn't
looks like someone I
Yeah.
used to know.
I like anything
was
that
in
honks,
Spanish.
to be honest.
Just saying.
wasn't
Nick,
she
did you ever
a model?
like when I don't
Which?
know.
Alexis. Sorry
No.
sorry to interrupt you, Kate. Kate, go ahead.
Hey,
I was gonna
Actress
say she
model.
was-
Yes, it says actress model.
She's got her wiki ready.
Her real name is Kimberly Alexis Bledel.
Okay.
Ooh.
Kimberly.
Yes.
I was gonna say, Nick, did you see her in Mad Men? I don't know if you've ever watched Mad Men.
I'm watching it. I just started it. No spoiler.
I'm watching it right
It's a
now.
little-
You want me to
she's
tell you how
a
it
little
ends,
nudie in
Caleb?
that.
No, I'm on season 1.
She's
I'm on season 3 for the second
She
time.
gets
though.
a little nudie. So there's
Yeah.
your moment,
Hmm.
Oh, I
buddy.
remember.
That's
Hey,
my favorite type
Bob.
of person.
I watched it
Dude.
specifically for
hey,
it.
Andy.
Yes. Yes.
Didn't you say you met the mom for Gilmore Girls or some shit like that? Or you
I,
saw
I
it?
had we had sushi at the same, not together though. Like
Oh.
we were in the same restaurant.
She said
And-
not together.
yeah, we didn't have sushi together, but we were at neighboring tables at the same time eating sushi
Mm,
in LA.
Absolutely love Lauren Graham and everything she does. I
Yes.
stand for
Have-
that one.
Have you seen Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist?
No.
She's on that
You
show. It's a really weird show. It's like a very depressing show with like musical interludes.
Yeah, I can't fuck where people
I
just
love
break out into
music.
songs.
No,
and
but this
shows.
show,
It's like I hate it.
It's
I
well
hate
known
it.
that I hate musicals, but this show is interesting because they do what I've always said they should do is they do musical numbers about like songs that you know. So it's like popular songs. So I'm like, okay, I can fuck
Ugh.
with this, as Jake would say.
That makes it worse to me. I don't know.
Well, they're
Gilmore
not
Girls
like
But I
Very
like
good.
some music.
Yeah.
Love both of those shows.
Yeah.
She's in those.
I
I
love
love
Gilmore
those shows.
Girls. I love Gilmore Girls, but for the culture, I slightly like Girlfriends better.
Mm-mm.
All right,
so
let me
you're
ask
saying
you a question, Jake.
so you're saying because
What
you're
up?
black, you have to say that you like Girlfriends better, but you don't really feel that.
He likes
No,
her
I
music.
really do. I was saying that for a stupid joke, but no,
Oh,
I
okay.
actually love Girlfriends better.
So
But I
Gilmore
think you
Girls.
also,
But anyway, go
you
ahead.
also like Gilmore Girls for the culture.
Yeah.
The white woman culture. Jake, so who is your favorite Rory boyfriend? That's the big one.
Wow, this is crazy
Mhm.
because I actually use this in one of my stand-up jokes about Gilmore Girls. But I don't know, they all whack as fuck if you ask me. But
Honestly, Rory's kind of whack. When you read
Rory is
I mean
totally
she
whack.
is. I mean she is, but like they all Dean was a clingy
Dean?
asshole.
Yeah, he was so clingy. Get out of here.
And Logan's a spoiled, privileged asshole.
Mhm.
And Jess was just your typical like, I'm a bad boy and I'm sensitive, but I fuck all these girls and all, man, fuck you, motherfucker, whatever.
Wait, they
Like,
said
I
that
mean-
on the show?
Yeah.
No, that's
it's
no,
real
that's
tough.
yeah, that's the real version. That's how I'm looking at it. But
Okay.
I would say Jess turned out the best out of
Just
all
it
of them.
turned out the best.
Yeah.
And Milo, hello.
Mhm. And anyway, that was Mother's
Hey.
Day. Happy Mother's Day, Kate.
All for you, Kate. We did this.
Happy
for
Mother's
you.
Day, Kate.
I
Your
mean,
kids
Gilmore
rock.
Thank
Girls is
you.
about a mother-daughter relationship, so there you go.
Word.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm just saying. This is my way of saying let's bring on our very first guest.
Yeah, cool.
Let me
Yay.
admit him to the room here, and while he gets his audio set up, I admitted him. I hope he is getting in there. Yep, I see him. He is. Hello. Let me introduce you, guest, while you turn on your audio. He is a local improviser extraordinaire. His beard is shorter than in his publicity photo, but I like it.
It's
Looks good.
so
It makes it makes
short.
you look younger. I like more. It's more
Yeah.
appealing, you know.
Thank you.
More accessible. His last name is famously hard to pronounce. but I will do it. In a second here, he's the secretary of the Ferndale Democrats and a board member on the Ferndale Arts and Cultural Commission. He used to host Newsish at Go Comedy, and you can see him on the Go Comedy Digigo, which I just found out about. They call it Digigo, on YouTube, doing hot takes. Please welcome. Well, he's known as Tim K professionally, but I know him as Tim Kriskowski,
You did it.
and I said it right.
Hi, Tim.
Hey.
Hi.
You did it, buddy.
Hi, Tim.
We're proud of you, Tony. Hi,
Thank you.
Tim.
Yeah, that's why I go by Tim K.
Yeah. Well, when he was on,
That's what Tony just put me on the flyer.
yeah, Kay. I didn't realize that. Is that how you spell it out, or because on the
Yeah,
Go videos they say Kay?
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for being on, Tim. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah. How are you during? Speaking of Mother's Day, your wife, Jessica Kriskowski, formerly Loria, is expecting twins. Am I correct?
Yeah, we're expecting soon in mid to late June. Thank you.
Wow,
Yeah,
so soon.
yeah, we're getting
Yeah.
there.
I was saying my
Uh,
sister is expecting in mid to late July.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congrats to her, not you.
Yeah. No, hey, I didn't do anything. If I did, it'd be really weird and probably illegal.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Hi,
I have
Jesus.
twin brothers. You're in for a fun ride.
Yeah, I'm we're
It's
so
very
excited.
fun to have two.
Mhm.
Yeah, one and done.
Yeah,
One and done.
seriously.
Are you taking like special precautions in terms of like, or like, do you know, are you going to be allowed in the room and stuff like that?
As of right now, yeah.
Do you want to be in the room?
Well, it's going to be a C-section, so
Okay.
it's not like I don't have to watch like people coming out of people.
Yeah.
I've watched a C-section before, and you do see people coming out of people.
You do. It's yeah. They have like the sheet
Tent. Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's like a tent. I'll definitely be in there if they will let me. As of right now, I think that's the case, but they don't allow people to leave. You're like like I wouldn't be able to
Oh.
like go home and grab dinner.
I see.
Oh.
I'm stuck in there for like.
It's like
40
it's like an escape room, but the babies have to escape before you do.
Yeah, that's the key. The key is the baby.
Yeah. And then like someone will like come in through a microphone every 5 minutes and like give you clues. Like, okay, she's dilating this much. What does that mean?
That's why I hate escape rooms.
Yeah.
Can't they just strap like a GoPro to the baby's head and see what's up?
Oh yeah.
You're joking, but
You
I'm
know
sure
what I
that'll
mean?
happen one day.
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna do it.
how have you been holding up otherwise during Corona? Like, how's it been for you? Because you work, well, you don't have to say where you work, but you work in like production,
Yeah.
TV
Yeah.
production.
So that. Yeah. So
Or you can say, if you want, you can say where you, I don't know. I didn't ask you about this ahead of time. So,
Yeah, no, that's fine. I work in production and doing marketing and that kind of thing. It's been a little weird. I actually directed a TV commercial through Zoom.
Oh.
week ago.
Wow.
Basically, he's an ant performer as well. Mike Babish is a
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
um,
Babish.
he's an awesome guy. He's my DP for most of my shoots.
Mhm.
And so he basically
For
took
people that
his-
don't know, DP means double penetration.
yes,
Oh yeah.
There we go.
what we're
My
talking.
favorite.
Yeah.
He
Director of photography.
yeah, he basically takes his like cinema camera and turns it into a giant webcam. So like we can
Oh, okay, that's
kind of
cool.
do things that way. Yeah, so that was like a weird challenge. Other than that, I mean, it's mostly the same. It's just more emails, and that's about it. So, but it's fine. I mean, it's probably a good time for us to be stuck at home, kind of just bonding, and it's not like we could go out anyways right now. Jess is pregnant. We couldn't go
Yeah.
out. So
Mhm.
it works out.
So there have been more fights or less fights, would you say?
About what if I said about the same?
Yeah, that's
Careful.
good. Yeah. No, I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Everything's normal.
Yeah.
because I've actually heard from more couples saying that things have been like, oh, okay, I'm with the right person. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Yeah.
it'll either make you or break you. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're definitely good. Like we're doing great. It's been good. Like definitely like little moments like I'm gonna be in the basement tonight.
Mhm.
Kind of stuff, but otherwise pretty good.
So
I
how?
think
Go ahead.
because when you're in a quarantine, I know it is with me and my husband. It's just like we learn to just let it go really quickly because we're like we have nowhere else to go and we have kids, so it's like we don't want to traumatize them more than they're already being traumatized. So it's like I love you so much, but like inside we're waiting for this to be over so we can murder each other.
Yeah, we're definitely like real, like it'll come and go real quick, and it's just like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I should say, your wife, you guys met through improv, and she's
We did.
a talented improviser in her own right. So in terms of like performing and things like that, because I've watched, like the hot takes videos, and they're very well produced. Is that you just do that in your house by yourself, or?
Yeah. So there's a handful of other people that helped me write it. Scotty Myers, Chris Fortin, Matt Wixon. God, I'm gonna forget some people, and they're gonna be pissed.
That's okay. If you're pissed at Tim, just leave a comment in the chat.
Mike Magyar, a bunch of people helped me submit a couple jokes. I write all week, and then it's me in my basement with a camera and a few lights, and then I edit it all together in like 2 hours and get it out. So it's really quick. I basically wanted to produce it in a way that I could do it really fast, that I wouldn't have to put like a ton of work into it because I don't have that kind of time. So
Yeah, it looks nice.
thank you.
Yeah.
Great. Now, is it safe to say that you are a political news junkie? I hope it is, because that's what I wrote in the YouTube description. So.
And because I told you that.
Yeah.
No, I definitely am. I'm always, listening to podcasts about that. I'm always reading politics as much as I can, which is pretty much every day. But it's definitely something I try to keep up on. The local stuff is actually the hardest stuff to keep up on. I feel like, because where do you read it? Maybe local news for sure, but the big national stuff dominates. So that's actually that's the hardest part.
And how long have you been involved in local politics? Like I said, you're the secretary of the Ferndale Democrats, which, if you want to explain what that means, because I'm not sure, and a board member on the Ferndale Arts and Cultural Commission.
Yeah, so the Ferndale Area Democrats, we're a local club as part of the bigger state club, and I'm the secretary. We're small, but always getting new members and trying to find ways of working during the pandemic is really difficult too. All Zoom meetings. How do you knock doors and that kind of thing? But I got involved. I started getting involved like a lot of people out there right now in 2016 when Trump won. It was like, oh, I have to get off the couch. I have to do something, even if it's just like showing up to a monthly political club meeting. It helps you feel not as trapped, and it's cathartic, and there's like you're meeting like-minded people. So I started in 2016 doing that, and kind of volunteering time with that. And then as far as the Ferndale Arts and Cultural Commission, I just joined I want to say maybe 2 months ago. So I haven't done a ton with them yet, and right when I joined, that's when the lockdown started, so I couldn't contribute a ton. But the FACC, our goals are to just bring arts to people in Ferndale and get information from artists to people. So, let's say, for instance, if the city is wanting to do a mural on the side of a building, we are the liaison between the artists and the city, and we can find a good artist that can do the mural. So,
that's cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and that's one part of it. And I joined to help connect because there's a lot of great artists, visual artists in the FACC, and I wanted to join to be a liaison between the performing arts, because there was really nobody in the group that was an actual performing artist. So I wanted to connect the city more with Go Comedy, more with the Ringwald and Slipstream, and all the other theaters in our little town because we have a lot. We have a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my goal, and still working at it.
What got you interested in politics? Do you come from a family where, like politics was talked about a lot, or?
A lot, yeah, definitely a lot. We don't shy away from that kind of stuff because I think that's I think when you don't talk about politics, I think that's when we get in the situations that we are now. It's like a void. So yeah, my family was always very open about that stuff. Always very politically active, very liberal. Pretty college educated, so like a lot of those discussions we're a very argumentative family too. Like we love to we'll go for hours just talking about issues and stuff. And yeah, so it's definitely part of my background for sure.
I don't know if I'm paranoid, but while you were talking, I just got a spam text message that says Sleepy Joe's record on China is weak. He's let the Chinese walk all over us and nothing has changed. Get the full story at BidenFact.com. So
Ooh.
why, yeah, so Tim, why is Sleepy Joe's record so weak on China? You don't have to answer that. But has politics cost you friendships? Are you the kind of person that I'm not a big Facebook guy, but do you get in arguments with people on social media about stuff like this?
It takes a lot right now to get me to comment on something because I've started to distance myself from social media in that regard because first off, I don't have any of those people aren't in my orbit anymore. So I've eliminated them because there's really no point in trying to convince people through Facebook. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to, there's no point that you could make in social media. So that's going to change their mind. So I try not to engage anymore unless I'll delete comments that I make or I try not to.
I was wondering why you did that to me. So that makes sense now.
Yeah, I definitely probably have lost friends, but were they friends? I don't know, or was it a weak argument? A weak thing that what bonded us together was superficial.
Yeah.
If we don't agree on moral levels of what is good for people, healthcare is a human right. All walks of life are the same. Human beings are human beings. I think there's some immigrants don't need to be treated as second-class citizens. There's some very basic things that we can we should agree on, and if we don't, then we won't connect as people.
Yeah.
Word.
Does anybody else have questions for him? I feel like I'm dominating.
Have you found yourself doing anything political during the quarantine? How's the Democratic Club? And
it's been really hard. We actually haven't met because simply just is a Zoom meeting worthwhile? Right. And what do you? Because a big thing that we do with our club is that we have speakers from the city come. We'll have the mayor come. We'll have Oakland County commissioners come and tell us, hey, here's what's going on in the county. We'll have our state reps, our state senators come and talk. We'll have our congressman come and talk sometimes. So, finding that through Zoom has been really challenging. So, unfortunately, no, I haven't. We've been kind of paused for a little bit. So.
Yeah. My dad is actually he was the president of the Livonia Democratic Club, and so he's still involved, and he hasn't been involved since the quarantine as much, but he did he spent his quarantine time writing his presidential campaign. So
oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's great.
Do you yourself have any political aspirations, or have you thought about one day in the future maybe running for an office?
I've told people before that, yeah, like I would love to. I definitely would love to run for something someday. It just really is a matter of timing, and with kids on the way, some things have got to take precedence, and it's just gotta be right. And I want to be able to put the work in before I don't want to run just for vanity. I don't want to run just because I want to be seen. I want to be able to help people.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I don't do some of the background stuff first, then it's just very, very superficial. So I want to be able to do some work for the party first. I want to be able to volunteer, pay my dues, basically.
Now, let me ask you, if you were to run, would you shave your facial hair? Because I've heard that voters in general, think about how many politicians, and almost none of them have facial hair.
I
That's why they're bald
honestly,
and shit.
yeah, I have thought about this. Yeah, just a handlebar.
Yeah, people love that. Or like a curly,
Yeah.
handle.
Mhm.
Yeah, like I'm an evil 1930s character.
Yeah. I'm gonna take your Medicare.
I'm putting your wives on a railroad track.
Yeah. No more free school lunches.
Won my vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I vote based on facial hair.
Yeah. All right. I think thanks a lot for being on. Would you like to play a game with us? A little short form improv game?
All right.
How about a little
Yay.
challenge in a minute? Jake, why don't you lead us and get on camera fully?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jake. Jesus.
Get on camera. I'm right here.
You're
What
like
the fuck?
halfway on camera.
You look beautiful,
What are you
Jake.
talking about? God damn, man. All right.
Jake, you look great.
Listen,
I'm the asshole. Anyway.
hold on. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Here you go. All right, cool. I don't know, man. No.
Making him self-conscious, Tammy.
All right. Anyway, so yeah, we're about to play challenge in a minute. How it works is a debate game. We're going to debate on a topic at any time. One of these improvisers, they're gonna debate on what is the best Mother's Day gift, and at any time, the one of the improvisers can challenge that. I will either approve or deny that challenge. If I approve it, they can go ahead and keep debating on why they challenge it until someone else challenge. It'll make more sense once you see it, because I know I fucked up explaining that.
No, you did a great job.
You did great. You did
Great job.
I know
You stop
exactly
being so
what's going
hard on
on.
yourself today.
Yep.
So our topic is what is the best Mother's Day gift? That's what we will be debating, and I'll let the guest of honor, Tim K, start off because he's probably the most experienced with this game anyway. So go ahead, Tim. Start it off.
High bar. All right. The best present for Mother's Day is a bottle of wine and leaving her the hell alone. Because mom needs to get feeling loose. She needs to be away from you. And she needs to do what mom needs to do, which is something below the belt.
Challenge.
Kyle.
My mom wants to spend time with me.
Okay, let's hear more about that, Kyle.
Challenge.
Oh, Andy.
Kyle's mom is in Michigan and Kyle's in LA. Sounds like she wants to be very far away from him.
Oh, shit.
I made that choice, not her.
You were lying,
think you
Kyle.
did.
Go ahead, Andy. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's like if you had kids and you raised kids, I mean, that's like a big commitment as is. They don't need you after that, or you don't need them. So it's like, after like a few years, you could just
Challenge
distance yourself.
Tony.
Everybody knows that nothing is ever enough for your mother.
Challenge.
Oh, Caitlin.
Breakfast made for mama.
Oh, food is always the key to the heart. Go ahead, Caitlin.
Breakfast is by far the best meal of the damn day. Every mom deserves a good breakfast. There are so many options. You can eat breakfast for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Challenge.
Wait, who was the other person in challenge? Wait, go ahead, Tim.
Me?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Who was the other person?
I couldn't hear. So I just went with Tim. Fuck it. Go ahead, Tim.
Okay. Mom doesn't need breakfast in bed. Mom needs to be eaten out.
Christ.
Challenge.
Kate,
Challenge.
Kate, go ahead.
I think we need to be real specific when we're talking about who's doing the eating out, because generally a child is the parent, the one that gives the parent the gift. Am I correct?
Challenge.
And that's not the kind of gift I'm looking for from my kids.
Challenge.
So instead,
Tony.
Kate is the only mother in here, so I'd like her to say specifically who she would like to eat her out.
Oh,
Challenge.
Rory Gilmore.
Challenge. What if there's two mothers?
Challenge. I like where this conversation's going now.
Challenge. Where's the other mother?
I don't know, 69ing?
Oh.
Ooh.
Challenge.
Go ahead, Nick. Just
You're
go ahead.
all wrong. Best Mother's Day gift. You go to your mom, you grab her, you put her in the car, take her out to a nice dinner, nice hot meal. You take her home. You make sure dad is watching. And you give her a great big kiss, but you kiss her in a way that lets your dad know, your old man know, that this is the way your mother needs to be kissed. And if I catch you fucking up around this lady again, this beautiful woman again, you're gone.
Challenge.
Tony.
Freud's Oedipus complex has been widely debunked. I've never held any attraction for my mother.
Challenge.
Yeah.
Kate.
That's not what I meant.
I have been very attracted to Tony's mother in the past, and I am offended by what he said. But getting back on topic, I think the best gift you can give a mother on Mother's Day is the gift of love.
Oh.
And Kate wins. Yeah, Kate
But
wins.
she's a mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kate.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
So the answer to the best Mother's Day gift is Kate has always been attracted to Tony's mom.
Yeah.
There you go.
And Rory Gilmore, she said that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tim, thanks so much for
Hell
being
yes.
on. You can catch him on the Digigo on the Go Comedy YouTube channel. This Hot Takes. Look for his commercial that you don't know who it's for, but you'll know. You'll know. And good luck in fatherhood.
Yeah.
Should be fun.
Thank you.
We're
Yeah.
excited for
that's
you.
the best of luck.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Can't wait.
And,
You're going to be awesome.
yeah.
Thank you.
So thanks a lot
Appreciate
for
it.
being on. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Tim.
Bye, Tim.
Thank you, Tim. Thanks
Bye.
for coming.
Stay well.
Tell Jess happy Mama's Day.
Too late.
All right. That was
Yeah, it's too
that
late,
was very
so.
nice.
That was
Thanks.
nice.
You
That was
can't wish
awesome.
expecting moms happy Mother's Day, Jake. We already talked about this.
You can do whatever you
well.
want, Jake.
I think it depends on how far along they are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hey.
So that was very nice with the Mother's theme. You think the Mother's theme is going to continue with our next guest, our musical guest?
I know his mother, so we can. Yeah.
Okay, Kyle,
All
why
right,
don't
cool.
you why don't
Awesome
you
as
give
mom.
him a little introduction as I admit him to the
All
room?
All right. Our next guest is
A
He's-
pal.
what's that?
I said a pal.
He's a pal. He's a pal. He's the drummer of a rock band called Tiger's Jaw. He's a drummer of a band that I was in with him called Fireworks. He's the head honcho at Teddy Roberts in the Mouse. Hi, Ted.
Hi, Ted.
Oh my God, he's there.
Welcome,
on,
Teddy
Jonathan.
Roberts, everybody.
What's up, everyone?
Hey,
We-
Teddy.
Hey.
What up?
Here I am.
Here he is. Now, Ted and I have like a long history.
That is true.
I've been aware of Ted since he was probably about 11 or so.
Oh
And
wow,
I
that
was
sounds very creepy.
well, yeah, I stared at him through his window.
You should mention you're around the same age.
Well, no, he's 7 years younger than me,
Oh boy,
or 6 years younger than me. I was a senior in high school. He was 11.
I was the man in my window.
This,
I'm getting very disturbed already by this story.
okay, so I was in a class in high school, and it was a production class, and we put on a rock show twice a year. And also for the improv community, Doug Colbus was in my class, and we met there, and then reunited in improv
Doug.
10 years
you
later.
went to high school with Doug Colbitz?
Just for that class, we went to separate high schools that met for that class.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Man, Kyle has such a fascinating life.
Yes.
Yes.
But then, so we put on a concert twice a year, and during the intermission between bands, our teacher was like, "I know this little kid, and he plays drums, and he's gonna set up and play to all these popular songs at the time." and that was Ted. And he was, after, he got older and he started playing bands and, was around, and he would come to our shows and stuff like that. And I always knew him. I was like, oh, there's that Tri-High Ruckus kid. And then
What did you call him?
the Tri-High Ruckus was the name of the show that we put on.
Oh, okay.
And so he was always, I always had him in my mind as that. And then through mutual friends, he was asked to play drums in a band that I was starting. And then Fireworks drummer quit, so we asked Ted to join. And then he joined Tiger's Jaw, and the rest is history. And we've been really good friends. He was also my roommate on tour.
There was one point where I spent more nights in a bed with Kyle than I did my own girlfriend. So.
Wow.
What up, Nat? Shout out to Nat.
Yeah.
Shout out, Nat.
One time I woke up to Ted kissing my shoulder because Ted likes to.
That's adorable. What a way to wake up.
Yeah, it was nice. And Ted likes to talk in his sleep, and it was always lovely.
Kyle, do you remember we were cuddling? We were at some, well, we cuddled every night, but we were in some hotel in New Jersey, some whack ass place, and it was like 2 a.m, and all of a sudden the door just opened and a guy walked into our room.
Yeah,
and we both stayed under the covers, but we just looked at him and said, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "Sorry."
I do remember that.
That was fucked up.
Yeah.
Good time.
That sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Caitlin, we should mention you're also friends with Teddy.
Yes. How are you doing in the quarantine?
I'm hanging in there.
Where you're in
Just
Michigan,
chugging
we
along.
should say.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in the Detroit area. I'm fortunate to have a house on, roof over my head for quarantine. which
What
is nice.
can you say what city you're in?
I'm in Westland right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
The
so,
place to be.
Yeah.
Westland's the best land.
I know it well.
Westland. I feel like the singer of Tiger's Jaw, we flew into town like last fall for some stuff we were doing, and was driving around. We drove past a Westland sign, like a welcome to Westland sign. And I'm trying to fact check it. Maybe we were both blazed. I don't know what was going on, but I swear to God, the sign said like local heroes. And one of the names was some guy, and we looked him up, and he voiced Jimmy Neutron. And he
Oh.
From
Oh, no shit.
Westland.
So,
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Have you
Mike
Oh,
McDonald.
have you given yourself
Westland.
have you given yourself a certain amount of years until you're up on that sign, Teddy?
Well, this year doesn't count, so
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
I'd probably say a couple more, and then
Yeah, I think you'll get
at
there.
that point,
Teddy recently told me that he decided that he's going to be a lifelong rocker. No
Yeah.
other jobs. He's going to rock forever.
yeah.
Somebody's got to.
And
That's awesome.
yeah, if there's anyone that can do it, it's Ted. He's a beautiful rocker.
Do you work as a musician full time right now, or were you or no?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. So, when I started playing with Kyle, it's just been like a whirlwind ever since, like, from Fireworks. And I started playing Tiger's Jaw. I'll tour full time for like 5-6 months out of the year, and then when I'm home, I play around town in local groups. I teach lessons, and I just try and stay busy every day, making noise. So.
And
This year's pretty crazy, obviously, because it's like, really
Yeah.
this is the first year where I haven't thought of the backup plan, but I'm making it work, figuring it
Yeah.
out. slowly.
Yeah.
now,
I just
Come
like
up with a
this
backup
excuse.
plan for you.
Ted, now, so before you started touring with us, you'd only done really like weekend tours or just like, going around. And then the tour that we did, we were opening up for a kind of a bigger band, and it was your first like actual real tour, right?
Yeah.
And our first show was in actually where Kate's from, in Albany, in Clifton Park.
Yeah. Was that
Oh,
venue
where
in
was
the
it?
plaza?
Northern Lights?
Yeah. Northern. What's it called?
Northern Lights. Northern
Yeah.
Lights.
Now, how was that adjustment for you? But you've been doing that ever since, so it's probably normal.
Yeah, that was. It's honestly crazy. I don't want to sound like I'm tooting my own horn here, but that was that whole from that tour onward was like my Dave Grohl moment. because Fireworks was my favorite band, like, of all time, pretty much. So like, I got asked to play in Fireworks, and I was like, I already know all the songs. I don't need to, I don't need to learn anything. So that was insane. And then before that, like Kyle said, I played in just a million local bands, and we would book our own tours and we do weekends. I think the longest I ever was away from home on like a DIY tour was probably like a week and a half or something. But that was just like, playing basements and frat houses and, random bars and stuff. But I did that forever. I think the biggest show I played in like a rock setting with, guitars, drums, and bass and singing was a basement in Akron, Ohio to like 50 people or something. And then the first show of that Wonder Years tour, there was probably like 1,200 people watching, which was just absolutely nuts, And then the whole tour was like that. Tour was 5.5 weeks long, every night over 1,000 people. It was crazy. And then right after that, we got an offer to go play some big music festivals, and it was a crazy first year, just kind of thrown into everything.
It was wild. And that's about as long as it was until we stopped touring. It was like a little over a year.
Yeah.
So we went hard, and it was awesome to have you. So it was very cool.
It was great.
Yeah.
Amazing times. I'm glad it happened. Let me know what I'm doing now. So,
as
how that whole world works,
We did a tour as Ted and I were roommates, and for some reason we played this festival in Australia that we were like shouldn't have been on. Like the bands, they treated us like the bands were huge that they were playing. They treated us way better than they should, and they basically gave Ted and I an apartment, a 2-bedroom apartment to ourselves in Melbourne for like 5 days.
Wow.
It was like the 100th floor. Like, it was the most luxurious thing.
Yeah. We walked around naked, drinking coffee. It was,
of course you did.
Seriously.
Is that when you decided to become a lifetime rocker?
Oh yeah. What's funny? I'm gonna say something about that circuit we did in Australia. That was like 2 weeks in Australia. That whole festival.
Mm-hmm.
When people would ask me like, what was that like? Again, this sounds like lame to say, but what you imagined being a rock star was like when you were in 5th grade and you were obsessed with Blink-182 or Sum 41. In my case, like when you're a rock star, you hear these crazy stories. It was exactly what you thought being a rock star was like. We had a personal driver named Wally that would take us anywhere we wanted to go. Me and Kyle obviously had a whole 2-bedroom apartment to ourselves. It was the most undeserving thing of all time, but we took it and it was great. So yeah, that was absolutely insane. It was just like, soak it in because this will not be forever. This will never be as nice as it's ever been.
Yeah.
So. But you guys are getting back together, right? Or you're talking about
we've been working on some new stuff, so I'm sure there will be some more activity in the future. And Ted, I don't know, Tiger's Jaw's been busy for forever, so you guys are continue to do stuff. And then you got a new project. It's not so new, really, though. It's been in the works for a long time, but it's you play guitar and sing in Teddy Roberts and the Mouths.
Yeah,
it's kind of country, is what I heard.
Yeah, it's like an alt country kind of deal. We got a pedal steel player. Our first show ever was at Ghostlight.
Oh, okay. Shout out. Yeah, shout out to Planet Ant.
Yeah, I love that place. What's funny about that is without talking for 100 hours, the whole reason behind starting that group, Teddy Roberts and the Malice, was because I was just touring so much on a more like professional scale, and that's awesome. It really is. It's amazing. But I do that so much. I missed like playing like smaller bars. Again, not to sound whatever, but like I wanted to play more like dive bar settings and just more loose and not have like an in-ear rack and all this production. I just want to play some sweaty ass rock country music and just have a fucking blast. And Ghostlight was a recommendation to us.
Yeah, if you're thinking of divey, smelly bar, I love Ghostlight for that. It's like I love Ghostlight. It's my favorite bar.
We've all done a lot of improv there.
It was tiered, and so close to the bar. It's so fucking loud, And it was we played a Saturday night, and it was so fun because The late
You probably
game
took
and-
all of our crowd away from
I
across the
know.
street.
Now our first gig, so who knows? It
Yeah.
might have just been luck of the draw playing on Saturday.
Yeah. You want to play a song for us, Ted?
Yeah.
Sure.
Awesome.
What's this called?
This song is called "The City," and it's off a new release that we just actually put out a week and a half ago. Actually, yeah, like a week and a half ago. Yeah, it's out a 4-song deal. I'll play it right now.
Okay, Teddy Roberts, everybody. If we could all, you don't have to turn off your video actually, because I just adjusted the screen to everybody else. So
Okay.
Cool. All right. Here we go. Y'all hear that? Is that picking up?
yep,
all right?
sound great.
Cool. Let's do it. Yeah, that song's called "The City." I don't want to die waiting on red lights. Keep on green, keep me on my way. Can't remember dreams in a city that don't sleep. Could you hit it? Take my heart out on the road. Let me be a part of life that you want. Take me anywhere that you go. I wanna tell you that you're the one for you. If it's the last thing that I do, take me out of the city. Take my heart out on the road. Let me be a part of life that you want. Take me anywhere that you go. Was once the city, now you're my home. Cool.
All right, that was awesome.
Yay!
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I loved it.
Glad you enjoyed it. That was fun.
I kept my video off because I have a really, really dorky listening to music face, and I was like, I'm not.
No,
gonna
I
do it.
actually changed it
I'm
so
just like-
you can only see Teddy during that.
Okay.
Yeah, that was great, man.
Yeah.
Funny, Kate, is there was when I played drums, there's a folder on my phone that of photos people have sent me, and I made a compilation of sorts. I make the worst faces when I play drums. It's absolutely horrifying.
Show us. Show us. Now you have to.
I'm gonna have to-
Just pretend you're like in it.
I'll have to dive deep for it. They're
Yeah,
all in
yeah.
my iCloud, and they take like 100
Okay.
hours to load.
We'll send out a tweet about it or an Instagram.
Yeah, send it to us later.
get them on
Actually,
my-
can you talk a little bit about what inspired that song, and also why you're wearing sunglasses? I should mention there is a reason you're wearing sunglasses.
Yeah, I'm not that cool. Well, I'll say this: that song is called "The City." I want to write a song about looking. It's about looking for any excuse to move outwards from where you're at now, and I think the length of all the touring I've done, all the years of all that stuff I'm doing. I love all the travel I get to do, but every year I find myself like more and more the desire to move outward and like live out in, like an hour away from Detroit or whatever, or wherever I end up. I want to be a little farther out. And, it's a love song, and it's like, it's pretty much looking, using the other person as an excuse to get your ass out of the city, no matter what, at all costs. So it's a short one. It's a quick one, but I really like it.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
Good.
I really enjoyed it.
Me too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The sunglasses.
Oh yeah.
I'll show you why I'm wearing sunglasses. These are my normal glasses.
Break them. Oh no.
Aww.
no.
So my normal glasses split like 2 weeks ago, and I super glued them, and it worked. And I was sweet.
Yeah.
And then last week I was wiping the lenses down again, and they split again, and they're on their last leg. So I was gonna get new ones anyways, but this is
Try to file it down
started.
where you're gonna glue it, because my kids break their glasses all the time, and if you file it and then glue it, it sticks better.
Yeah. Well, my last time super gluing, I didn't stand a chance because I got super glue all over the lenses.
Oh no.
And it like disintegrated the lenses. It was like I dipped them in acid or something.
No.
So I can't even see out of them.
Oh no.
And so I bought these. I treated myself to prescription sunglasses 2 years ago. So now I'm just wearing sunglasses 24/7. I'm losing my fucking mind because I can't see.
That's your thing now.
But it's such bullshit. Like the other night, 2 nights ago, I wanted to watch That Thing You Do, and I moved the love seat 3 feet in front of the TV. And it's midnight, and I'm wearing sunglasses inside my house, and it's just really miserable. I've had a headache for like 3 days because of it. But
I'm sorry, man.
I got new ones on the way, and
there you go.
The longer you wear glasses, the worse your natural eyesight becomes.
Yes.
I've learned.
I'm blind without my glasses.
Yeah.
I take them off. I'm like, I can't do anything. But whatever.
Yeah.
I'm being
Ted,
a good sport about it though.
Did you have a good Mother's Day, Ted? How's Connie? Ted's mom is Connie, and she's wonderful. She would come to all our shows and
Connie's the best. She's my number one fan.
She's probably watching right now. Shout out.
She probably is.
Hi, Connie.
Yeah. Hi, Connie. Connie's probably watching. Connie is.
Do you call your mom Connie?
Yeah, I call her Connie.
Okay.
Con, baby. But no, she's great. There's been so many times like I'll play music forever, and she'll I could be playing a basement and somehow she'd find her way there.
Wow.
One of my favorite stories was I was playing the Plymouth Coffee Bean back in the day.
Shout out the bean.
Yeah, I probably played there 100 times. It was nonstop for like open mics and random shows. But there was like the Plymouth Art Festival, and they had like a tiny little stage set up out front, and I played that. I had a set. It's like in the afternoon, and I go and I'm setting up. I'm starting to play, and it's on the patio, and there's rows of like five. There's like 5 chairs in a row, and there's 10 rows back. And I start playing, and literally there's not a single person there. I'm actually playing to 0 people, and that's fine because I've done that a lot. I'm not complaining. And I look up, and in the very back row in the corner, I see my mom sitting down halfway through the first song. And I was a lot younger than I am now. I was like 18 or 19. So I was like too cool for school. And I was like, this sucks. I'm literally just playing for my mom in a public place. And after the first song, I stopped and I just left and I went in my car and I drove away.
Oh.
Well, funny.
But yeah.
She's probably
that's just proof
watching.
that my mom has been at almost every show I've ever played. So
Yeah, she's watching your show right now on Facebook because she just commented and said hi.
Aw.
Of course.
What's up, Connie?
I love her. I love
she's
the
the
supportive
best.
mom.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mother's Day, Connie.
She walks the walk.
When I played fireworks with Kyle, she would try and buy all the merch and T-shirts. I'm like, no, but
That's
can't
awesome.
stop coming. So.
Steve Wojak, shout out to friend of ours, Steve Wojak commented, I worship Connie.
Oh yeah, we got Steve in here. I love.
Yeah,
Steve.
what's up, Woj?
Steve's actually the person who put us in contact so that Teddy could play in Loose Planes with me, which led him to being in Fireworks.
Oh, awesome.
Aw.
Yeah.
Would you like to play another song for us, Teddy?
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about it before you play it?
Yeah, sure. Now, speaking of Connie, actually, you could say this song has some Connie elements to it. I wrote this song 2 falls ago, and I wrote it in Arizona. Kyle, listen off some venues in Arizona real quick for me. There's the Nile Theater.
The
What
Nile
else?
Theater. I don't know. There's what's the one that we played with like Candy Hearts and that tour. Like I don't know.
Like the Phoenix Concert Theater or whatever, something like that.
Yeah.
We rolled into Phoenix the night before, so we were at the venue parked, and I got out and I wrote the song at like 7 a.m. by the dumpster by the loading door, and it was 102 degrees outside. I'll never forget it. It was that hot. But for some reason, I had the tune in my head and I wanted to write it, and I felt really good about it. So.
And what's this called again?
This one's called The Dogs. The song is it's off our first record we put out almost just over a year
With
ago.
the Mouths?
With the Mouths, yeah.
Okay. All right, so here we go again. Teddy Roberts, a song with Teddy Roberts and the Mouths. Everybody, you can just mute, but leave your video on. Take it away.
Right. Well, now it seems I got caught up in my shit again. So now I'm calling my mother just to tell her that I love her. She never sleeps or dreams, awake until the birds start to sing. I'm not surprised when she picks up the line. She says, how you been? What's going on? Nothing's changed, still on the run. Oh, I'd kill to be on that front porch and miss you and the dog. I'm landlocked, I can't go fast, but I'd still run. You're standing by, only in my mind, a feeling that I know. I only feel it all, and I don't trust in my own head. I'm reaching for the telephone again. I'm not surprised when she picks up the line. She says, how you been? What's going on? Nothing's changed, still on the run. Oh, I'd kill to be on that front porch and miss you and the dog. I'm landlocked, I can't go fast, but I'd still run. I'm landlocked, I can't go fast, but I'd still run.
All right, that was awesome, man.
Beautiful.
Connie,
I am so relaxed.
Connie should be very proud of her son right now.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was
Yeah.
great.
That rock, man. Ted, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Where
I
can
hope,
people listen to your music, Teddy?
We got 2 releases. They're on all streaming services. They're all over Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Google Play, whatever, everywhere. We've got a music video we just put out, some fun live sessions that you can check out if you're bored.
Yep, we're going to play the video to close out the show. It's called Shades On, which has nothing to do with your current situation, but
That's
complete
funny.
opposite,
yeah. But you can catch.
We got some hand clap reactions on Facebook.
Yeah.
Another
Yes,
shout
man.
out to Connie. She gave us a heart and a clap.
Thank
Fantastic.
you, Connie.
Yeah, Ted, you rock, man. I hope that we get to share a bet again soon.
Oh, I hope you guys do too.
I wish.
Give
love that
Matt
for
a
you.
kiss on the cheek for me.
I
Yeah.
will. I'm
Yeah.
writing all these things down.
All right.
Well,
Well, thanks so much for being on, and I'm gonna play Shades On right now. But give it up for Teddy Roberts, everybody.
Yeah.
thank you, Ted.
The waitress turns around. Think I slow it down. 1, 2, 3's good enough for me. Can't you see? Don't wanna listen to the sound. My heart makes when it's down. 1, 2, 3's not enough for me. One more round. Yep. Drinking sauce tonight, but drinking don't solve tomorrow. All these problems how do I solve them? I'll keep my sunglasses on. Midnight comes around. I'm seeing 3 of this town. Still on the run, find some other neon. I'm there. Last call, take me away to a happier place. Don't wanna see what's wrong. Put my sunglasses on, I'm gone. Drinking sauce tonight, but drinking don't solve tomorrow. All these problems, how do I solve them? I'll keep my sunglasses on.
And we're back.
Wow.
Yeah, that was great.
Number 7, guys.
Yeah.
Did it.
Uh,
We only talked about cum a couple times.
yeah. I know. This is our.
Now it's 3.
That was our most. We talk more about moms than sex, which is good.
Yeah.
But yeah, great
Yeah,
job,
fucking
everybody.
moms.
Thanks again to Tim K. You can catch him on Go's channel. Thanks to Teddy Roberts of Teddy Roberts on the Mouse and Fireworks and a bunch of other stuff. And Kyle's friend. Thanks to Kyle for wrangling
Yeah,
that.
thanks, Kyle.
You know,
Well, thank you
and
guys.
Caitlin
You
for
don't
helping with the
thank me.
interview. Thanks to everybody.
Thank you,
Yeah.
We're a
Caitlin.
big ass team.
Do we have
And
any
I love you
parting
guys.
comments from the chat or anything? Or
No.
okay.
I mean, we're doing this through Planet Ants channels.
Yes.
Planet Ants is a 501c3 nonprofit.
Yeah, give us your money.
Yeah, with the performance arts venues are really hurting without, with not having people be able to come in. So anything you can do would be great.
Yeah.
And it's tax deductible.
Yeah, and you can go to
Yeah.
planetad.com to find out more on how to donate. There's a Venmo, but I forgot what it is. Do you know what it is, Andy? Okay. We're prepared.
It's at Kyle O'Neill.
But yeah, thanks.
No, it's
yeah,
not at
it's
Kyle
not
O'Neill.
Kyle O'Neill.
It's not.
But thanks to Connie and all the moms out there. I really enjoyed talking about moms today. Mom
Yeah,
talk.
I miss
A little bit
Mom.
of mom talk.
Here's my mom.
Okay.
I have one story that I can share.
Absolutely.
It has to do with our favorite topic, cum,
Okay.
Ooh.
and moms.
Okay. Whoa. Okay. Here we go.
When I was like 10 or 11,
Oh no. Oh no, Caitlin. All right. Here we go.
Abort the abort.
No. Go.
when I was like 10 or 11, I don't know where I saw it. So I clearly had seen somebody do it. I didn't know what it meant. And I went up to my mom while she was in the middle of having a public conversation with her friends. And I went, "Look, Mom, I'm a penis." And I went like this with my throat and then spit.
Oh my.
That is so aggressive.
Yeah. Actually,
I thought you were gonna air batch on
yeah,
her.
it's very very creative actually.
I didn't know what it meant, but I did it, and she like screamed.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
was like, "Oh!"
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
I'm
all
proud
proud
of
of you.
you.
That
Wait,
was,
did you
I'm really
did,
proud
did
of
you
you.
spit on
come?
her?
Did you make
Did
her
you spit
come?
on her?
Was that it?
Did you spit on her?
Just spit.
no.
Yeah, Jake, she spit on her mom.
I know.
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, with
everybody.
that, happy Mother's Day.
Day.
Thanks for
Happy
watching
Mother's
Boxed In with Friends. Thanks to Kyle, Caitlin,
Thanks.
Andy, Jake, Kate, and Nick, and myself, Tony.
And Tony.
Yeah, and
Thanks, Tony.
thanks for watching, and
There he is.
hope you're managing. See you next week, guys.